John to come up here and give us a little.
showtime.
We better right there. Actually, you're probably better right where you're at, because that way everybody can hear you.
Yeah.
John, so if everybody will just be real quiet, so you can hear John give us his poem, his special poem about Christmas.
Speak up, John.
This is called My Christmas Eve. The hour is late, should go to bed, near midnight I believe, but memories keep me wide awake on this snowy Christmas Eve. Yes, memories of my kids who now have their separate lives, and now the holidays have changed since the angels took my wife. The food, the toys, the Christmas cheer, my wife would bear the load, because I worked most holidays, state trooper on the road. Just sitting in my easy chair, so many years retired, I reminisce a lot about all that has transpired. And of all the happenings that seem to come to light, a multitude of them occurred right on this very night. A drunken woman in a wreck that died on Christmas Eve. These memories of a tragic case most people can't believe. I had to drive to where she lived to tell her next of kin. Found that run-down mobile home that she'd been living in. The person answering the door, I still recall the day. A little girl, about 4 years old. She said, "I'm Sue McKay." I asked her if her dad was in, and she said, and she had the longest pause, she said, "My daddy ran away. You must be Santa Claus. My mama said you'd come tonight if I just stayed in bed and leave a pretty dog for me." That's what my mama said. I broke the law that Christmas Eve. I didn't call child's care. They'd only put her in a room, and that I couldn't bear. I picked her up and took her home. My wife tucked her in bed and wrapped a pretty doll for her, just like her mommy said. Another bitter Christmas Eve, a blizzard to behold. It left the family in a ditch, trapped there in the cold. By the grace of God, I spotted them all cold and full of fright, drove them to a motel room to safely spend the night. Another Christmas Eve, a homeless man, all shivering and wet, was trying hard to get a ride I'm sure he'd never get. I picked him up and drove him to a diner on the hill to warm his bones and left him with a $5 bill. Strange when you're all alone, the memories you recall. You think of all the things you've done, and was it worth it all? You think about your job, your God, your children, and your wife. Would you do it all the same? Could you relive your life? There comes a knock upon the door. This late, who could it be? A neighbor, or maybe Santa Claus come to visit me. The person standing in the cold gives me a sudden fright. That trooper with that solemn look, dear God, who's died tonight. I'm flashing back to bygone years when I had often stood on someone's porch to give them news, and it was never good. Is this how life gets back at me for misery I've induced? For pain I've caused some other folks has now come home to roost? I'm looking into Trooper's eyes. My mind is in a whirl. I see a pleasant countenance. The Trooper is a girl. She smiled and reached to shake my hand, and the silence wasn't broke until a tear rolled down her cheek, and then she softly spoke. I know you don't remember me, but I thought I'd stop and say, God bless you on this Christmas Eve. I'm Trooper Sue McKay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, John.